Another form of stalking is what police like to do. They will ask you for your ID just to stalk your location and set you up close by your home. Also, when doing traffic stops. I remember this officer was on a motorcycle in the left lane, like the fastest lane, and he was on that lane. Well, he was in that lane all the way up the road. So when I got up the road, that's when I seen him and I got over. So basically, he was holding up the fucking line like he was in a parade and was making everybody else get over. So I ended up switching lanes. Do you not know that he pulled over and tried to give me a ticket? Like, dude, would you have preferred me to run you over? And he said it was unsafe passing. It wasn't nothing unsafe about that passing. It was a lawful pass, and it was what should have been done to get over into the next lane because nobody was in the lane with him. What he did was he made eye contact with me and used me getting over right, like, a little bit behind him as a way to pull me over and get my identification. Another thing, it was these cops from Centersville, Georgia. The police department down there is very shitty. I reached out to the chief, no response. I reached out to the sheriff, no response. They don't ever do their job. Also, the FBI in Atlanta, Georgia are pathetic. They are weak. Anytime you call, they are transferring you, never taking down tips, never solving any crime, just sitting behind the screen getting paid for doing nothing with their whack asses because they be committing crimes as well and helping the crooks cover it up. But basically, I had called down there to get an update on my reports, and there were none. So all the reports that I made as a kid due to my kidnapper abusing me and kidnapping me, they did not report it. It's not one record of it in the system. I could not be standing here today. They would have not had any trace of anything what was going on, but they would have knew what was going on and they would have covered it up, possibly ruled it as a suicide potentially. But anyways, I end up making another report. And as a kid, I didn't know about, getting an item number. But basically, you're supposed to get a reporting number once you make a report that tells you that they put it in the system. This police officer was like, well, you got to send me a picture of your ID so I can know for sure this is real. Number one, that was a red flag right there because it doesn't need all of that to give me a item number. Number two, once I sent him the picture of the ID, which I was trying to bait him up, and he fell for the trap. I just needed it to prove that they were shitty and they don't do anything they're supposed to do. They don't serve you justice. They don't follow their oath. They're a whack-ass police system that has also been investigated by even bigger higher-ups, as well as the FBI in Atlanta for their pathetic asses. It's getting to the point now where law enforcement for long is not going to have a fucking job. Anyway, so fast forward days, there's no response from him, and then he calls me back telling me that his overhead chief police said that there was nothing that they could do about it. So he took my identification for no reason, which again was all purposely done just so he can try to track my address, because he asked me for my driver's license. I sent him my ID with another location up there that I don't stay in. I just had my ID mailed to that address for a specific reason. So also pay attention, because they will ask you for your driver's license. They will ask you for certain details that they feel like will give away where you're at. So that was his whole plan, to get my identification, to get me to report to him everything that I knew about the crimes, just so he could try to go back and cover up the crimes, as well as tell the people who I were reporting. That's why I did not tell him all the information. I told him just enough to see if, one, would he report a crime. He did not. So that's also very unlawful. He broke his oath immediately right there. When you are law enforcement and somebody tells you a crime has been committed, there's no ignoring it, and that's exactly what he did. But again, it was all the setup to stalk me, to prey on me, to try to find my address. Like, I saw right through his bullshit. I just played along so I can have further evidence and documentation when I go to court. But just be mindful of law enforcement trying to get your personal identification to find out where you live, because it is a trap. We are realizing now that law enforcement has never been there to protect us or to serve us justice of any kind. Police were originally made to go out and target all the black people who were out there using their powers. So if you was using your powers, they would arrest you and put you in this building called jail to detain you from using your powers and to suppress everything that was going on within you. Also, it's kidnapping. It's a way to hide you out from people, to ruin your image and put out there whatever they want to about your name. Really, everyone should know by now that you are here to defend yourself, protect yourself, and it's really fuck them, because honestly, they're going down, they won't have a job. The few people that are in there that do care about the legal system, it's not enough of them to do anything. It's probably 1 to 99%, like 99% of crooks and 1% of good people. I'm telling you, it's not too many in there doing the right thing and actually investigating and solving crimes. And a lot of times, especially with the FBI, they will let you solve the crime, so the suspect will be out here just freely getting away, the victim will solve their own crime, and then you have the whack ass law enforcement try to show up and act like that they did everything. No, you didn't, bitch. You left me in that situation to rot, and I fought myself up out of there, and I solved my own crime. I had all the pieces put to the puzzle together. I knew all the names. You didn't know shit. And then they try to show up last minute and take credit for you.